honestly, as I watched it, it really did break my heart. It kind of sounds like a similar story to someone, you know. This does not apply across the board. Okay, nothing I say is matter of fact, 100%. We all want to find love, myself included. We all want love. Do all of this and that. Pause. Pause. No one wants to be down their whole life. We are all looking for ways up. This man who refuses to work is putting all the burden on me. I don't believe that there's necessarily anything wrong with a transactional relationship. Even if your bank account doesn't say you're rich, you almost have to look at it in that way, like you are this rich person. You must be careful when you come to Ghana and you're looking for love. I cannot stress enough, okay? And I'm not saying that all Ghanaian men out there are bad. I'm not saying that. There are good ones out there. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, right, today's video. Now, I know this video is going to catch a lot of people and be like, why are you talking about that? I'm talking about it because I want to talk about it and because I believe that is important to talk about, and I feel like it's not spoken about enough, so I'm going to talk about it, okay? And I'm also going to throw this disclaimer in, right? If you don't like what I'm talking about, feel free to just keep moving. Scroll to the next video if you don't like it. This video is for who this video is for. It may not be for you, and that is fine, okay? Now, today's video, I want to talk about Black Unicorn. She recently released a video where she has broken up. Her marriage is over. Essentially, she's going to be filing for a divorce. Now, you might be wondering, why are you talking about this? I've seen it on some other videos where people are like, oh, why you have to talk about this? What happened to women's empowerment and all that? This video is to help others, right? Any video that I do is to always help, and it's never to tear down or make someone else feel bad, okay? I know I have been in this situation myself, and that is why I feel like it is even more important to talk about some of the issues that were addressed in this video, right? This video has been made public. Okay, Black Unicorn has made this video public on her own channel, so therefore I feel like it's okay to talk about, right? You can debate that in the comments if you want, right? Okay.
We were in the process of trying to build the house, but he seemed to want to only for me to pay for this, and I refused. So all that shit stopped because I was like, I'm not going to be paying for land and paying to build a house that I don't even know if I can keep. Now, remember, Ghana has some interesting laws when it comes to land, and some interesting ways of dealing with marriages when it comes to land. And it was just too big of a risk for me to take, investing hundreds of thousands into a house, even 100,000 into a house, or 50,000 that I could never get back if he pulled some shit like this and him and his family came and reclaimed the land or whatever. You know, it's very complex. It's not that complex if you have like 1 or 2 plots you've already built for yourself and your property is in your name only. I was married when we got this land, so it was in both our names. My loyalty to him was unshakable, and my love was true and genuine, and I trusted my husband to lead.
Now, Black Unicorn, I came across Black Unicorn a while ago. We have had some interactions in the past. She was doing her own thing in Ghana. I really respected her. You know, she's, I guess, African-American, I guess you could call her, or Black American, whatever, right? And she's been doing her thing in Ghana for a while. She's been, you know, trailblazing her own path. She's been doing amazing things. And then, honestly speaking, I kind of fell off YouTube a little bit. I just found that I didn't have the time to watch other people's channels as intensely as I used to, just because life, you know, my own personal situation. And so, you know, I have a lot on my own personal plate, so I don't have time to watch YouTube as much. But I do kind of like flick through and I look at headlines and all of that. So I came across Black Unicorn's video where she said that it's over and she's getting a divorce. And I was like, what? I'm like, I'm sure she only got married recently. Like, what is happening? So I decided to watch the video. And honestly, as I watched it, it really did break my heart. And the reason for me doing this video is because I want to bring an awareness. And people don't like it when you go to them one-on-one and say to them, when someone gets a partner, they don't like it when you go to them and be like, just be careful. You know, they take it as a personal attack. And I'm not talking about Black Unicorn. I'm not saying that because honestly, I don't know anything about her relationship. I don't even know what the guy looks like. I don't know the dynamics of it, but I'm speaking in general. But I'm using her as a reference because that was the video that triggered me to do this video right now, okay? So in her video, you know, she speaks about how they bought land, they had purchased land, right, which I believe she paid for, correct me if I'm wrong, which she paid for, and then they were going to build this house, and it seemed like he wanted her to pay for the building of this house. It kind of sounds like a similar story to someone, you know? And so I get that. Sometimes I feel that, and especially in my case, I felt that when we were married, it was a thing where it's ours, our finances. It doesn't matter who it's come from, it's ours type thing, right? And it's only when things kind of start to go tits up that you reflect on things and you think, oh, that was stupid. I'm so hot, guys, right? I have to reacclimatize. I just got back. But anyway, you kind of think that, you know, you don't realize certain things until after the fact. So I believe that this is what's happening with Black Unicorn. Now, she was, I'd say, she was a little bit more on the ball than me, right? Because she said in her video that she wasn't going to build this house on her own, right? Now, when you find a partner in Ghana, let me tell you something about Ghanaians. And this does not apply. I have to put so many disclaimers in this video because I know some of you. This does not apply across the board. Okay, nothing I say is matter of fact, 100%, this is what it is. There are always going to be exceptions to the rule, okay? I want you to understand that. The thing about Ghanaians is that they have patience. Now, we all want to find love, myself included. We all want love, right? It's a natural human instinct that most of us want. The unfortunate thing when it comes to love is that we put our guard down a lot of the time because we want to make accommodation for this other person to be able to come into our life and for us to feel good about a situation. Now, it happens especially when we are of a certain age because we feel like, you know, time is not really on our side as much. We want to enjoy, we want to have certain things, we want to enjoy certain moments. We want all of that good stuff, especially around the holidays. We want to have this special feeling that everybody else seems to be having, right? And so we put our guard down a lot of the times. And one thing about Ghanaians is that they have patience to wait for you. So you who's come with an innocent heart, thinking, okay, I'm going to find myself a man, we're going to fall in love, you know, you want to help him, you want to do all of this and that. Pause. Pause. Please pause. Ghanaians have patience. They can wait 5 years before they will take what they want to take or do what they want to do. And I'm not saying that this was the case in Black Unicorn's case. Again, I don't know. But generally speaking, that is how it happens. Me personally, the lessons that I have learned is I will never be in a relationship with someone, and this is just me personally speaking, I will never be in a relationship with someone that that can't match me financially or has more than me, because I don't want to be in that position of vulnerability. Now, make of that whatever you will. Make of it whatever you will. Really, I want to say I don't care. I actually don't care because I'm trying to help those that need help, right? You have to understand the Ghana culture. And you have to understand where some people are coming from, right? When someone is backed into a corner, they will do whatever they can to survive, and that is a natural human instinct. Most of us, when we are backed into a corner, we will do whatever we can to come out fighting. No one wants to be down their whole life. We are all looking for ways up. And if you are going to be someone's way up, you are going to be someone's way up. If you are open to that person and you haven't had the ability to look at the situation as a whole without the emotions being involved, then you put yourself in a very vulnerable situation, especially if you are not allowing other people to speak into what they see. Now, when it comes to speaking into what other people see, right, you have to take it with a pinch of salt because you're going to come across people who are just jealous, people who just are negative just because maybe something has happened to them in the past and so they're carrying that trauma with them and so they're trying to bring that to you. You have to balance. There's a very fine balancing act when it comes to this. You're going to have people who do want the best for you, but because of their traumas, they can't give you the best advice, right? They don't speak with clarity. They're not speaking with purpose when it comes to certain things, right? So what happens is that some of us, we take things on our own, right? We don't speak up when we see these little red flags pop up, right? Because the thing is, when you talk about some of these things and these red flags pop up, it allows your friends to be able to speak on it, right? And it will give you something to think about. Now, if you keep some of these things to yourself, sometimes it can feel like, okay, well, maybe it's not as bad as what you talk. You know, we have a way, especially us women, we have a way of talking ourselves out of certain things. Okay. Now, in the case of Black Unicorn, I believe that, you know, she was doing what she felt was right, which most of us will do. We'll do what we think is right. Okay. And when it falls apart, it's very, very heartbreaking. You know, we look back and we think, why didn't I see this? I personally, when I was married, my own experience was the same. I look back at certain things, I'm like, how did I get to this point? How did I not see these things? How did I not see that this man who refuses to work is putting all the burden on me, and I'm just taking it because I feel like that's what marriage is supposed to be. That is, you know, we say all kinds of things to ourselves, which is wrong. And the point of me saying this video is not to slander anyone, not to speak bad or put anybody in a negative light. It really is just to bring awareness to relationships when it comes to being in a relationship with a Ghanaian, whether that's male or female. You must look at it carefully. I've done videos on this before, and I really want you guys to understand, right? Because the heartbreak that comes from you just trying to be a good person, right? And to have someone take advantage of you like that is so unfair. It's unfair for all parties, okay? Like, my understanding of the video, again, I don't know too much, but my understanding from the video that I watched was that she gave him citizenship into the United States, right? And so he gained something. Now, it's okay for him to have gained that, but there has to be equal exchange, okay? What are you also going to gain from this person? What was the benefit? There has to be some benefit in the marriage. And I know that seems like it is transactional, and I don't believe that there's necessarily anything wrong with a transactional relationship as long as there has to be equal exchange on both sides, right? You both have to be getting something out of it. Love is great and love is wonderful. Love makes you feel good and all of that. But relationships are a whole lot more than that, okay? So if it's going to be transactional, then there has to be mutual benefit on both sides, okay? You give him access to the United States. What do you get in Ghana? Did you get residency in Ghana? Did you get something? Did you get land? Did you get something? Like, what did you get? Because if you don't get anything, it makes it difficult for you to be able to see past if it all falls apart, okay? And this video is so hard. It's very, very difficult for me to do because I'm really not trying to speak on anything specific, okay? Because honestly, I believe it, and whether you choose to believe me or not, you can see negative if you want. I actually believe that Black Unicorn is a really lovely lady. I've watched her for years, and I believe she's tried her best. She really has, and sometimes, no matter how much vetting we do, we cannot foresee certain things, right? Even, hey, I know some of you will be like, why don't you talk about your own relationship? Yeah, I'll talk about my own relationship as well. My current partner right now, he's also Ghanaian, right? But there is equal exchange in our relationship, right? He doesn't need anything from me, and I don't particularly need anything from him, okay? And we've spoken about things that, I believe in prenup. I don't particularly want to get married again, and if I did, right, I'm doing prenup. I'm 100% doing prenup to protect my assets and for him to be able to protect his assets as well, because we both have children on either sides, and therefore we want to make sure that we are able to leave things for our children. Yes, we love each other and there's that union and it's great and it's wonderful and all those things, but we have to look at the bigger picture. We can no longer just, especially when you're of a certain age, think about relationships as in just love. It's a whole lot more than that. The older you get, you have a lot more to lose, and it's heartbreaking. And, you know, watching another woman cry on camera and knowing what that pain feels like, because I've been there, is painful. It makes you question your whole reality. And, you know, can you even trust your own judgment? Like, how did you get here? I get it. 100% I get it. We have to be careful. Ghana is a different terrain to what we are used to. What we are used to is someone not necessarily needing something for us because, a lot of us, we're not super wealthy. And so therefore, we've not had to have our guard up about certain things, right? When people approach you, it's just because, they enjoy your company or, that kind of thing. Or, there's going to be some mutual benefit in it. You don't have to look at things in that way. But when you come to a place like Ghana, you have to see it, whether you see yourself that way or not, you have to see it as almost like you are this rich person. Even if your bank account doesn't say you're rich, you almost have to look at it in that way, like you are this rich person. Therefore, you are a target for people who want to be able to just take from you, right? And these people have time. Like I said, they have time to wait for you because they know what is in it for them. So they will allow themselves 5 years, even 10 years to wait for you to get what they want to get because they know it's a waiting game and at least they have something on the hook. That is what it is. I know that sounds really bad, but it's the truth. Here on this channel, I'm going to give you the real. I'm going to tell you as it is, and it is just the truth of the matter. Right? So we have to be careful when you come to a terrain like Ghana. It's easy to get love bombed, especially when you're of a certain age. Hey, who doesn't want attention? Who doesn't want attention? I mean, we've all been subject to it, myself included. We've all been subject to it where, it's nice when these males are paying you attention or when females are paying you attention when you've come from a place where maybe you don't get attention in that way. Or, you're like one of thousands, like you're just in a sea of other people. But when you come to Ghana, now you stand out and now people are seeing you and you feel like someone's paying you attention and you feel like someone is listening to you and someone understands you and someone wants to build with you. We love these things and they're not bad. They're not bad, but they should be reserved for the right person. It's so easy to fall into this trap. Oh, gosh. I wish I could say the things I wanted to say just so easily without you guys trying to misunderstanding what I'm saying. It's very, very difficult. But I hope you can hear my heart. I really, really hope so. You must be careful when you come to Ghana and you're looking for love. I cannot stress enough. Be careful because you may think, okay, well, marriage, he's going to marry me, he's going to do. You have to still be careful because sometimes you marry someone, you find out they have a whole family somewhere else. And hey, let me say, if your partner is up front with you and he tells you this is X, Y, Z, whatever, and you're cool with it, that's cool. That's cool, you understand, but you have to understand what you're walking into. It's unfair when there is deceit involved in the marriage. You don't know that he's got another wife, or you don't know that you're going to be second wife, or you don't know, or, you don't understand all these things, right? That's a different beast in itself. But if you are honest about what your relationship is, if he can be honest with you, if it's a polygamous relationship and he's told you it's a polygamous relationship, hey, then cool. If you're happy to accept that, then cool. That's all good. No one's judging you for that, right? But if this person is hiding these things for you, it's the deceit that really, really hurts. And so this is a message to all of you, male, female, whatever relationship that is that you're going to get into, right? Be honest with your partner so that there's no heartbreak. If it's that, you know what, I want this out of the relationship, then let it be known, let it be clear so that you're all on the same page, because it's not fair to come and break someone's heart, especially when the person is being 100% genuine with you and they genuinely want to build with you and they want the best. It's not fair to enter such relationships with deceit, okay? So please, if you're coming here, just be careful the type of relationship you're going into. I would say personally for me, make sure that there is some type of equal exchange. Make sure that the person, for me personally, I will make sure that we are on a kind of equal footing financially. Even you have to have a bit more than me, but I'm not going to deal with anything that's like not up to the things that I have. If you can't match me, and that may sound shallow, I don't care. I know what I'm talking about. I've been there. I'm not doing that. Like, if you're going to say you're going to come to Ghana, you're going to pick up a man, you're going to drop your financial footing, right, to be able to accommodate this man, then just know what that risk comes with. That's all I'm trying to say. Just know what that risk comes with. And even if he is on a similar financial footing to you, you still have to be careful, right? You really have to go very, very, very slow. You must check certain things. Make sure you've seen his family. You make sure you're in with them properly. Even that, sometimes they can still even deceive you. Even the family can be in and on. And now I'm not saying all this to scare you. I'm really, really not. I'm saying it to warn you so that you so that you can make good decisions for yourself, okay? And I'm not saying that all Ghanaian men out there are bad. I'm not saying that. There are good ones out there. I have a Ghanaian man myself, and he's a good man, right? There's nothing that I do not know. Believe what you want to believe. Now, what I want you to understand is that you have to take your time. You really, really do. I know the attention is beautiful, it's lovely, especially someone wants to marry you, makes you feel like you're on top of the world, but just take it slow. Be careful. Be very, very careful. This is a terrain that you're not used to, and so you have to have your eyes open, especially if you're someone that doesn't want other people to speak into your relationship. If you cannot handle that amount of truth from another person, then you must tread very, very careful so you don't end up with heartbreak. And Black Unicorn, if you're watching this video, shout out to you. I understand what you're going through. I feel your pain, but trust me, it only gets better from here. I've been there. I know what it's like. I know what the tears are like. I know how lonely it feels. I know how disorientated your life feels right now, but trust me, it does get better. Give yourself time to heal. You know, you'll be absolutely fine. I guarantee you, mark my words, you'll be absolutely fine. You'll use this as an experience, and you'll take it to your next relationship, and you'll use it for the betterment of yourself, okay? So shout out to you. I have huge respect for you. And again, not many people can be bold enough to come on camera and say when things go wrong. A lot of people like to hide, you know, when things don't go well. They only want to show the ups, they never show the downs. It's not a reality. A lot of people are suffering in relationships and just don't want to talk about it. A lot of people have broken relationships and are hiding it, right? Where we as content creators, you know, sometimes we want to be as honest as we can be. And, you know, putting ourselves out like this, it opens us up to all kinds of ridicule from people and all that don't understand and all that good stuff. So shout out to you for being honest and coming on camera and saying it as it is. You know, we show the ups, we also have to show the downs for balance. So, but anyway, that's where I'm going to leave the video. I hope you've learned something. Please, please, please be careful. Be careful of your heart, because, you know, when you have heartbreak, you. So just be careful, and that's it. So I'm going to end the video right there, okay? If you are thinking about moving to Ghana and you would like to do a one-to-one consultation with me, send me an email to dela@moretodela.com. and we can arrange something, okay? If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, I am out. Nutifafa.